The spark in room 405. In the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, nestled between towering glass buildings and buzzing traffic, was the headquarters of a massive software company called Techverse Global. Known for innovation and pushing boundaries in AI development, the company prided itself on being forward-thinking. But behind the sleek branding and corporate lingo, old prejudices still simmered in dark corners. One of those corners was room 405, where the quality assurance team worked. The manager of that team, Craig Whitman, was a man in his early 50s. Tall, white, and iron-jawed, Craig had been with Techverse since its early days. He had weathered every merger, every layoff, and every leadership change like an unmovable statue. He believed in tough love, discipline, and, though he never said it aloud, the superiority of a certain kind of employee. Those who looked like him. Alana Brooks was not one of those employees, a sharp-minded, soft-spoken black woman in her late 20s. Alana joined Techverse after graduating top of her class in computer engineering from Howard University. She moved to Atlanta, full of optimism and ambition, hoping to leave her mark in tech. Her RSM was stellar, her references glowing, and her mind agile. But Craig saw none of that. To him, Alana was a diversity hire from the start. He nitpicked her work. While other team members received mild corrections, Alana was berated in front of peers for the smallest of mistakes, errors that often weren't hers to begin with. He gave her the most tedious tasks, took credit for her successful initiatives, and once referred to her as "you people" during a heated meeting. Alana tried to endure. She spoke to HR, but their investigation went nowhere. Craig was a veteran, after all, with a history of excellence. Her co-workers, many of whom liked her, were too afraid to speak up. It was easier to look away, but things came to a boiling point one morning, when Craig loudly accused Alana of sabotaging a project file. It wasn't true. IT logs would have proven she hadn't even accessed it. But Craig didn't care. "You think you can skate by on your skin," and a smile, he sneered in front of the team. "Not in my department," something inside Alana snapped. She didn't cry. She didn't shout. She calmly walked out of the office, straight to the legal department. What Craig didn't know, what most people didn't bother to ask, was that Alana had minored in cybersecurity law. She knew exactly how to pull audit logs, preserve evidence, and draft a case within a week. She filed a formal grievance, not just with Techverse, but also with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, using carefully collected evidence, email threads, system logs, video clips, and testimonies from two brave interns. Alana built a case that couldn't be ignored. The news spread like wildfire. Tech blogs picked it up first, then local Atlanta media. Within days, justice for Alana began trending. More former employees came forward, sharing their own stories of Craig's bias and bullying. One woman recalled how she had been passed over for promotion 5 times. Another had left the company entirely after a similar experience. Faced with mounting pressure, Techverse launched an external investigation. Craig was suspended pending the outcome, but Alana didn't stop there. She founded an employee advocacy group called Cody Equity, aimed at supporting Black professionals in tech and fighting systemic discrimination. What started as a Slack group turned into a movement. Webinars, mentorship programs, legal workshops. Alana was leading a quiet revolution from the inside out. 2 months later, the investigation concluded. The findings were damning. Craig was terminated. Techverse issued a formal apology and announced a complete overhaul of its HR policies and management training. Alana didn't return to room 405. She was promoted to Director of Ethical Innovation, a position created specifically for her to monitor diversity, workplace equity, and inclusion across all Techverse divisions. At the annual company meeting, the CEO handed her a plaque that read, "To the woman who reminded us that silence is complicity and courage is a code worth writing, Craig Whitman." once feared and untouchable, left the tech world in disgrace. But Alana? Alana became a national figure invited to panels, featured in magazines, and hailed as a changemaker. She never set out to be a hero. She just refused to be a victim, and in doing so, she sparked something far bigger than one job, one fight, or one man's hate. She sparked change.